Well, as you can see, autumn is here, winter is coming, and I'm about to put my bike away. But before I do that, I really need to give you my 50,000 kilometer review. So here is it. So, ergonomics. I'm 175, relatively short inseam. It's a tall bike. I need to tiptoes on one of the sides when I'm stopping. But once I'm up there and driving, it's very good balanced. I think that the seat is, let's start with the seat. It's a little bit wider than what you from the previous models, the earlier models. It's a little bit wider, making it a little bit more has a little bit more footprint when you're seated, so it actually is not that bad. But as always, when it comes to seat, it also depends on the temperature, because the foam will harden when it's colder. So when it's cold, it's harder. When it's very hot, it's softer. But there's not a problem. I can do a lot of kilometers. I can do 300, 400, 500 k's each day, no problem. But in the long end, if you ride like that over a period of time or many days in a row, I actually get a sore tailbone from this one. So I'm going to do something about it. I'm not going to buy myself seat concepts or anything like that whenever that comes to the long range. I'm just going to do some small modifications to this original seat. Okay, foot pegs. I think the foot pegs and the seating position is quite nice. It gives you the right angle for your knees. As you know, I'm not that tall, but it's perfect. I don't feel any it's not bad at all. And also you have a really upraised position in your back, so you find a nice balance for your back, and the handlebar is not that far away, so it's quite comfy for me at this size. Absolutely like it. I can ride it all day, no problem. So, but one thing which is very special about this long range, of course, is the front tank. Now, this is quite wide, so when I tuck my knees behind here, it really gives a lot of wind protection. That could be good or bad, but with the weathers that we have here in Norway, kind of cold sometimes, especially early or late in the year, that's perfect. It gives a perfect wind protection, and it's actually quite good, and it doesn't push your legs out, so I like that about it. Okay, the engine. Okay, what am I going to say about the engine? I know that KTM, Husqvarna, they have been working a lot about balancing the engine, but it still vibrates. It's still vibrating. So it plants for the foot pegs and also in the handlebar, but it doesn't vibrate that much that your hands get numb over the hours, you know. I've ridden other motorbikes that your hands get numb, but it's not that bad, but it's absolutely present. And so it's all about the RPMs and everything like that, but I can live with it. I have no problem with it. Next, clutch. The clutch. Wow, a lot of things to be said about the clutch. This is the new 2020 quick shift. Takes some time to get used to. It is just a little different than anything else. Yeah, I think it's not a plush clutch. So when you let the clutch handle go in first gear, for example, and before you really let it all out, it will be kind of pulling you on every, you know, every turn on the engine. It's like boop, 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 and it's not that smooth. It's really bump, 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 bump. You can feel it, and luckily you have the clutch drive that takes most of it, and yeah, it takes some getting used to, but I think it's, yeah, and this is also a thing, you know. You have the clutch slave cylinder. Everybody is screaming about that, and the O-ring that's tearing up. I have 15,000 kilometers. I have not done anything to it, but I am going to change it. I have ordered, and I have Oberon laying now, so I'm going to change it anytime soon. I think that maybe because of the quick shift you don't use your clutch that much, and maybe that's also yeah, it takes some more time to tear down the O-ring. Maybe, I don't know, just a tease I got there. Shock absorbers and the dampers. I don't know if I'm going to say much about that, because I really feel that it's something that I don't know too much about. I haven't been fiddling too much around with it, adjusting things. I should have learned more about how to, but I haven't. And the riding I've been doing, I find it okay for me, I think. But you know, you can twist and turn and do all this stuff, and the one adjustment won't fit the other kind of driving, you know. It's also always some compromises. My kind of driving hasn't been too much off-road or too much gravel roads at all, less than I'd like to. I do a lot of commuting for work, so the dampers, I think they are good, but you know, I won't give you my opinion more than that. It's something that you need to find out yourself. But okay, the lights. Okay, you know, we got LEDs in the back, and we got LEDs in the blinkers, but we got an old-fashioned light bulb in front. I think it's stupid. You know, it's 2020. You should have made an LED lamp in front as well. You know, no excuse for that now. We are way beyond light bulbs. So why? I don't know. Definitely I'm going to change my light bulb and just put in LED from Cyclops or something like that, unless I decide to mount a tower or change the whole unit sometime. I don't know, but you know, it's crap. The light bulb and the reflector, it's crappy. Don't expect too much. And when I got it, when it was all new, my my driving light was more like a full light, and the full light was standing right up in the woods, in the tree tops. So had to adjust that, but definitely going to do something about it before next year. That's for sure. Fuel capacity. You know, Husqvarna, they say 500 kilometers, but I can tell you those 500 kilometers is before your fuel lamp starts glowing. So actually on both tanks, before you empty it all, you have probably over 600 kilometers, and that is on all kinds of driving. Not that hardest all the way, but you know, mixed, very mixed kind of driving. And this summer I did a 2-week round trip with my son and his 125 cubic motorbike, and we took it really easy because I wanted him to follow all the speed limits and go easy, because he's learning to drive. So with me and full luggage and really easy going, you know, it doesn't use anything at all. I think I was about 0.32 liters per 10 kilometers, and that's ridiculous. So yeah, you can be very fuel economic with this bike, but so the range for the tanks are really good. And something I also would like to emphasize on these tanks is that when you are building tanks to a standard version putting on some extra fuel tanks in front, you still only got that one fuel pump back here. But on this long range you have two fuel pumps and a switch, so we can switch whichever fuel tank I want to use. And put it into perspective, we know that both KTMs and Husqvarnas, they have been failing the fuel pumps sometimes, and that could leave you in a really bad situation. But with this you actually have two fuel pumps and they are mounted, so somehow you're probably going to get out of that situation anyway. Also, I need to tell, when I had full luggage, weighing it down in the back, you have the opportunity to just leave the rear tank empty, just use the front tank, and then you will even out the weight, and it's going to absolutely do wonders for your handling. You know, it feels a lot better, it's not that nervous, and so I think that's a really good thing about this. And it's easier, so if you have put all your luggage on the top of this fuel cap, you know, you have this anyway. Yeah. I'm going to take you around the bike now and show you a little bit about the small things that I have done, and maybe talk a little bit about what I want to do. So yeah, let's come here. Just come here and we'll have a look. Well, as you can see, it's still pretty standard. I haven't done too much with it. I haven't put on any, you know, adventures or fairing kits or extras like that. Let's start from the top. These handguards is original Husqvarna. Got them mounted from a dealer when I got it delivered, so they are standard. Also got the heated grips. These are the original heated grips. I think they are really good because they are quite slimmer than the Oxford, for example. So with my small hands, I think I get a really much better grip here. The switch here, I really recommend that when you place it, you have to consider where you are looking, because these small diodes, they will not be, you can't see them unless you got the right angle. So you just have to twist this so that you can see them when you are seated. This is the switch for the tanks. So as you can see, front tank, rear tank. I really need to say something about this because after a while it gave me a big problem. So I hope that Husqvarna will change this, because they are crap. These are Chinese Tupperware that I will not recommend that they are keep on mounting. I would rather see that I have a fully watertight pin switch or something, because what happens, my original switch, it was sent back to the factory and I got this replacement, because when you are in a lot of dusty roads, these will fill up with dust in here, and all your switch inside will fill up with all this dirt. So whenever you switch, it will not connect, and it will not switch the tanks. I'll put a picture in there for you. So, and as you can see, the front tank is quite wide, so whenever you get your legs behind those, it will absolutely give you some good protection. I put on this adventure spec mini fairing. It's not perfect, but it's absolutely good. I use this ram mount to put a small iPad mini to run my GPS and stuff like that. This is not a permanent solution. It's not good, and it's really stupid. I have to route this in another way like that. Had this laying in the garage, nice to have. So, okay, let's start with this Nomad Adventure. Did my order for this ABS cable protector. You absolutely want this, because the cable is hanging loose, and out here it's just taking a small stick or something and it will rip it right off. So get this once you can. Tail tidy, of course, also Nomad Adventure. I like this very good because you have the LED for your license plate light here, and it's very good and bright, and it also got a mount for your reflector at the back. This one is my baby. I have actually designed this one myself. I wanted something really light and close to the fender, just to put some stuff on here and, you know, fasten it. And also I use it with I made it because I use the Green Chili Adventure Gear rack system, which I really like. Akrapovic got this mounted from the dealer. What more do I have? Yep, of course, the ABS protector in front as well. And yeah, of course, you absolutely want this one too. Chain guard, and opposite to the original plastic that's here, if and whenever your chain snaps, it will not crush your engine covers, because this is all aluminum around. So you just don't want that, because it's going to be expensive. Of course, I think that's, yeah, almost about it. So yeah, this is just an outlet for my tire pump, or if I want to charge my battery or anything like that. Yeah, of course. These tank lids or caps or whatever, oh, they are looking really nice, but I really hate them. You know, they are really hard. They are so hard that I almost can't push the key in, and it's really hard to turn them around too. So I'm so afraid of breaking my key every time I'm going to fill it. So I'm going to change this. Absolutely going for some Nomad adventure gear screw cap. This shit is going off at the first moment. Yeah. What else is there to say? Of course, I'm going to change also the skid plate, or this plastic. This is just for sights, I think, more or less. So I'll have to change that one too. Oh, but you know, it's a fantastic cool bike. Oh, love it. So that said, now it's starting to rain, but is this a keeper? For me, absolutely. It's my unicorn. I can do whatever I want with this. I can go wherever I want with this. Only thing I can't do with this, because yeah, riding too up. Not going to do that. Not taking my wife on a Sunday trip with this one, but that's okay. You know, this is the bike that I can do everything I want with. I can drive highways, I can go gravel, I can go you know, green laning, whatever, and I just love it. I feel good about it. It's I feel like it's trustworthy. Just need to do some stuff about the clutch, slave cylinder and stuff like that, but all in all, I believe I'm going to have this for a long time, and absolutely don't regret having one. So, well, this is my 15,000 kilometer review. Now I'm going to wash it up, place it in the garage, take it out next year. Yeah, just tear down the woods. Maybe you'll hear the dog back in the woods too, because the hunters are gathering their dogs now, because they have been hunting all day. Yeah. Well, if you like the video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you like it, would appreciate that, and I'll get back to you in another video. Okay, take care, bye.